We are now.
Hello,
Hi, Kolela.
how are you?
No, let me try that again.
Yarrrr.
Hi, Kolela.
Yes, this person is going to be my wife. Can't say my name.
I'm trying.
So back there, before I'm just gonna answer your question before you even ask me at stats still.
Okay.
These are the buildings, and there far off in the distance there's the Union buildings. Don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, Union buildings back there. But this is a nice like a kind of nature vibe here.
Do you come here a lot?
Not as often as I'd like to, but I do come here quite a bit. Like whenever I want some time to breathe and time away from stuff, I just come here.
Nice.
Yes.
So, you wanted to share something with us?
You asked me to share about tithing. So
Yeah.
today we are speaking about spiritual health.
Okay.
So tithing, I think, for me, it has been one of the most important things, not just spiritually, but financially as well. But that's probably going to come up in some other episodes of financial health. But spirit-wise, I think actually they overlap.
Okay.
For me, I started tithing last year, so I found, God found me. No, God found me before. But I found God like late 2021, and so early 2022. This was in late Feb. I started working at Stats, right? I was still working a contract, and yeah, so that was the first time in a while where I was working a job where I was earning a salary. Before that, I was hustling. So when you're hustling, you're not really earning a salary. You make money on a day, and very difficult to. But yeah, it was the first time where I knew, okay, month end, something is gonna come. And I started tithing. I think it was in May. April, May.
Okay.
April, May. So where I'd put in that 10%, put that 10% aside, and then, but I just did it because I heard you're supposed to do it, right?
Yeah.
But it was never a thing. Like I think it was, I just put the minimum, which was like 10% or probably even less. And then there was this month, I think it was June, when I didn't tithe because I was like, there's a lot of things that I have to do. There's a lot of things I have to pay, So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna tithe this month, and that was the first time in a while where I experienced financial difficulty during the month. Even though I had more money, but I still experienced some financial difficulties. And so I promised myself, Uti, at the end of that month, I was gonna tithe the double for the current month and the next month. And so when month end came, payday, it was a bit difficult at first because I'm like, now it's double, and it's like more than 20% of my salary, which was not, a lot. And, but I was like, you know what, I promised that I was going to do this, so let me do it. And I did not experience any financial difficulty during that time. And while I was tithing, I was not guided by, scriptures and stuff like that. It was stuff that I was, actually just seeing.
Yeah.
So I experienced so good to that month. Like I did not struggle financially. Instead, like money just came from weird things. Like someone who owed me like months ago, be like, yo, bruh, here's that money that I owed you, and I did not experience any difficulties. So ever since that point, like it has become a standard for me that when I have money, the minimum is 10%.
Yeah.
But, with everything, like when I can, I try to do a lot more than that. I try to maximize, do it as much as possible. And when I started reading the scriptures about it, I think it is, what is that scripture, Malachi, where God says that we're not supposed to test God with anything else. You're not supposed to test the Lord your God, but with tithing, He invited us to test Him. He said, you must test Him with that. And I tested Him so many times, and He provided. I was able to get a job, more of a full-time job here, and still tithing. and it's something that I will never take out of my life, and it's something that I highly recommend. And you know, when I was an atheist and agnostic and all of these, I never
Mm.
understood it. You know, it was a thing of, why does God need my money? Why does, you know, it's going to the church, they're eating it.
Yeah.
They're eating it, those ones, you know? I
Yeah.
was like, you know, God doesn't need my money. God, you know, but I realized that when you tithe, it is basically a recognition. You are recognizing that this is not your money, this is God's
Mm.
money at the end of the
Mm.
day, you know. And so when you are tithing, it is in remembrance of that. You know, you remember, Guti, this is not your money. And one thing that I've learned as well is that essentially the resources and the monies that God gives us, we are stewards of that money. So if
Nice.
God gives you that money, you are supposed to take care of your family with that money.
Mm.
You are
Mm.
supposed to give to the church with that money to grow the church, so that, you know, more of God's good news is preached and all of these things. So you are that steward, and when God gives you, puts it in your heart that you need to give this person money, you need to. So the more you tithe, the more you'll be open to those kinds of things. So when God speaks to your spirit, so speaks to your heart, what
Mm.
you must do this, is going to be easier for you, because you have detached yourself from that money. It is no longer your money. Instead, it's God's money, which you are using for God's purposes. Not to say, Guti, now, like, you won't buy yourself a, you know, chocolate or something nice, or a car or something like that, but you will buy it with the knowledge of, you know, it's not your thing. These are God's things,
Yeah.
you know. And because either way, you're going to die and you're going to leave these things here, and you can't accumulate enough money where you can impress God with it, you know, and go to heaven. God, here's a million, I don't fight, I don't pity it.
True.
It doesn't work like that. So you know, it's so important that we learn to detach with these things. So as
Mm.
much as we can, you know, pay for more money and all of these resources, we must understand what these things are not for us, because we are going to leave them here. Instead, they are supposed to make, it's basically like an oil. They are supposed to smoothen out the experience that we have here, because, you know, when you have money, you can, you know, you can bless people around you. You can, you know, you work better with people around you
Yeah.
when you have those things, you know. So it's not essentially for you, because you can have a million in your pocket, it's not going to do anything for you. It only makes a difference and does things when you go around and you're spending that money, and you know, you are doing things with that money. That's when it actually means something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.